Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Card Central 365. He's Hunter Mulholland, the pride of Eureka High School and Westminster College. I'm Luke Slabaugh. I'm just a guy here bringing you Card Central 365. Happy Labor Day. Hope you and yours are doing well, safe, and well caffeinated here on this Monday morning as we look forward to a 1:15 first pitch against the Athletics. Hunter, as you reflect on this season and look ahead to this three-game set against the A's, what stands out to you about this matchup today?
Today, Sonny Gray is facing his former team. Believe this is this will be the seventh time in his career that he's faced the Athletics. It'll be very interesting. The first two times that he ever faced them after leaving, when he was traded to New York, did not go so hot. But since then, he has allowed very, very little when it comes to the Athletics. In the four starts since those first two, he has only allowed 3 runs. He's got a 3.38 ERA against the Athletics, as well as a record of 2-1. I think it's a favorable matchup for the Cardinals. The Athletics, again, are once again down at the bottom of the American League West. This is a good get your feet under you matchup for the Cardinals as this week rolls on and this final month kicks off. I don't think that it's going to necessarily pull them to where they want to be. A sweep of the Reds would have helped since you're trying to hawk them down as well. But I think it would be it's a feel-good set. You go out and sweep the A's this week. It would make you feel better about where the team sits this season versus a few weeks ago when they dropped 2 of 3 to the Rockies, as well as a few weeks prior to that where they did the same.
Hunter Mulholland, of course, helps write the game previews and does a lot of digital content on STL Sports Central. If you're new here, if you're watching for the first time, go ahead, subscribe. We've got a great community of commenters here. Daily cards content, obviously. The show is 365, so every single day. We're presented by DraftKings and powered by Gray Bar, by the way. Thank you to our sponsors. Randy Carricker Show with Brooke Grimsley, Matthew Rocchio. We've got a great lineup here. Eric Sontag with betting content on digital and streaming as well. You mentioned that previous series against the Reds came short of a sweep yesterday, would have been a 4-game win streak for the Cardinals. They struck out 33 times in that series, 15 yesterday against right-hander Brady Singer and company. And Brady, his time with the Royals, he's shown he has some top-of-the-rotation stuff sometimes. However, what has disappointed you the most, or who has disappointed you the most about the approach at the plate in this recent turn of events?
Well, I don't necessarily know if it's anybody in particular. I'm not a massive fan of watching the Cardinals lineup strike out as much as they did yesterday. Jordan Walker striking out 4 times against a right-handed pitcher. Well, not all of it was against Singer, but still in one game striking out 4 times, it's frustrating to see. I will say I was very excited to see Jimmy Crooks get some playing time. I'm interested to see where he's going to take off. And especially considering where the team's going next year. But I really would have liked to see Jordan Walker kind of show a little bit of future with him. He's been so off and on during his career. There will be times where he goes on 2 weeks of just complete tear and then falls off for a month. Another similar one to that is Nolan Gorman. Those young players, I've been very disappointed in this season of just seeing if they can take off. And they just don't get into a groove until about June. And then once they do get into a groove, it only lasts about 2 to 3 weeks and then they fall back off. So yesterday it's frustrating to watch 15 strikeouts. I mean, you only get 27 outs in a game. So, to watch 15 of those go up to the plate and turn around and walk back to the dugout is not an exciting look for the Cardinals and for the future. I think that's got to be something that can change. Singer had, like you said, Singer's shown that he can be top of the rotation stuff, but he hasn't done it consistently enough to where, if we go out there on a Sunday against the Reds and he has a really good game and 15's like it's obviously a high number for any pitching staff to accumulate in one game. But if he was to go out and do it every single time, it's like, okay, the Reds are always around that 15 mark. They're in that 12 to 16 range. That would make me feel better than watching what happened yesterday.
Right. You made mention of Cardinals catching prospect, their number 6 prospect in their organization per MLB.com, Jimmy Crooks. I used to work back in Oklahoma back in the day when Crooks was in college playing for the Oklahoma Sooners in this mythical conference called the Big 12 that we used to compete in. And yesterday, top 7 goes up against lefty Sam Maul. Lefty on lefty violence. 7 pitch, excuse me, full count on a sweeper, hits it 384 to right field. His first major league home run, cut the deficit to 1 there. First full taste, full game of Jimmy Crooks in the major leagues. Got some action a couple nights prior behind the dish. What did you take away from his catching performance and hitting performance in his first full major league game?
So offensively, I always thought that Crooks had it. I think we saw it in the minor leagues. If you paid attention to him coming up in the last 4 years, he's gone up 4 ranks in 4 years and is now making his major league debut this over the weekend. I thought that he was good defensively. I didn't think that he was necessarily great, but it's really hard. I have a hard time looking at a Cardinal catcher that is not wearing number 4 and saying, well, that's good enough. When you have nearly 20 years of the greatest defensive catcher of all time back there, any catcher is going to feel different and not good enough. But offensively, I really liked it. Obviously the home run, that's the only hit he collected in the ball game. I would have liked to see a little bit more, but as a young kid and getting your first taste of a start, it makes sense that you might have some struggles here and there. But I think that if he gets consistent playing time, if he sticks around with the rosters expanding when Burleson or Pozo get back, if Crooks gets to stick around and get some more opportunities, I think that there's a chance that you could see him in spring training be one of those people that are, well, is he going to overtake Pedro Pages? Is he going to be in the starting lineup on opening day? I don't necessarily know if he's starting lineup opening day, but I think he could be on the roster. And I think that's going to be a big thing. And as Let's Turn 2 says, we have 5 left-handed hitters already.
He mentions Jordan Walker. Walker hits right-handed, but there are 4 left-handed hitters.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But you add in Crooks and Weatherholt, there's a lot of left-handed hitters. And if it's really difficult. I hit left-handed when in my playing days. I love left-handed hitters. It is illogical to construct a lineup of nearly all left-handed hitters at the same time. So I would like to see it. I'd like to see Crooks get a little bit more opportunity down the stretch just to see what he can do. I think that his offensive ability is higher than Pages's, and I think that would be something that to watch for that may push him over the top in spring training when it comes back around.
The Cardinals haven't mentioned or they haven't posted their lineup yet. They haven't made any transactions either. You mentioned the rosters expanding here in September now, get up to 28 players. Understated in the month of August was the performance of Pedro Pages. He had yesterday off. However, he now has 11 home runs on the season. That 351 in August with a 1.097 OPS. Is this a turning point? Is this flashing some potential, or is it too little, too late for the Cardinals backstop?
I don't necessarily know if it's too little, too late because, I mean, you think about it this way. Right now, you entered the season with Herrera was obviously the backup catcher. Now he's no longer in that role. Pages and Pozo. And then you've got 3 top 10 prospects. I think they're all within the top 6. I think Crooks is the lowest one. There's a lot of catchers in the Cardinals organization that have the potential. And ever since Pages got here, he's just reminded me of maybe a little bit better offensive Tony Cruz. Sorry, my mind's on football. But a little bit better offensive Tony Cruz is what I've always thought of Pages. A really good backstop and a backup catcher, but not necessarily somebody that you roll in every 162 and he's going to catch 120 of those games.
Makes sense. There was a comment here, and this is one more hypothetical we'll get into because I know you love talking about those,
Hmm.
Hunter. Um, Sam Mother comments on YouTube, could you trade Brendan Donovan to Seattle for Logan Gilbert? I don't think, just top of mind, they both got 2 years of control left. I don't think Seattle would part for just Brendan Donovan. You got a right-hander who's been an all-star in his career, good stuff. His whip last year, walks and hits per innings pitch, was like .88. Um, I don't. I think you'd have to give up probably a little bit more. I don't know what prospect capital Heim Bloom would be able to part with. Well, Gilbert looks the part. I mean, I've seen him pitch this year, but I that's one of those things where you need arms and you need premium pitching, but at what cost?
Right, and like with Donovan, I think it's very difficult to say I'm going to go trade him away, um, because he is. I mean, he's what is it? 3 years now. He's won that Heart and Hustle award, and also playing at a good level. Like I also think sometimes that Heart and Hustle is kind of this good teammate, good work ethic, but also Donovan's not only is he doing that, but he's playing at a high level. So I think it would be difficult for Heim Bloom to say I want to trade him unless they were really considering not extending him at all. But that's really what it's got to come down to. I think that could be a baseline for a trade, but it would have to include some other things, whether it is prospects on the Cardinals side and then also tacking on a lower level prospect from the Mariners to kind of even it out, because I think that if you give up, they're going to ask for too much, and the Cardinals are going to want to say, hey, we need a little bit more if that's the case. Just based off of how Seattle's rolling, they're in contention for the American League West. They are not necessarily in a spot where they want to move away some of their better arms. I think it could come down to, does this make sense for both sides? Do we have enough arms if you're Seattle to replace Gilbert? And if you're the Cardinals, I think we all know there is somebody that can play second base that should be on the team next year, that if you got rid of Donovan, probably would feel comfortable. But I just don't see it happening, simply because I don't think Seattle would do it. I don't think that they would part with Gilbert. I think that that's just too much of an ask for somebody right now from them.
Definitely send in your trade proposals in the comments if you got them. I know it's a little too late here on September 1st to talk trades for the Cardinals, but a 1:15 first pitch coming up against the Athletics, and we'll break down that in just a little bit. First, we got to give a big shout out to our sponsors as I keep pushing the wrong buttons here. This is brought to you by DraftKings, our show, cards content, and all the content here on STL Sports Central. Missouri, get ready. Wait's almost over. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State. And today, you can sign up. And get this, new Missouri customers can get $300 in bonus bets when they launch on December 1st. Download now and place a $5 bet when DraftKings goes live. Brings you everything you need to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. And when we officially go live in Missouri, you'll be betting with the Sportsbook app trusted by millions, safe, secure, and with fast money withdrawals. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the code STL Sports to grab $300 in bonus bets with just a $5 bet when they go live December 1. That's code STLSPORTS in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Card Central 365 here, wrapping up here in the final block, looking ahead to a 1:15 first pitch. It's right-hander Sonny Gray against right-hander Luis Morales. 22 years old is Morales. He now has 4 starts in the big leagues. His first taste of taking the bump to open a game had absolutely no command against the Orioles, walked 5 guys, and yet got out of it relatively unscathed. Ever since then, the strikeouts have gone up, the walks have gone down, the velocity on the fastball is pretty elite. So, anticipating this series. As for the Athletics, they do have some big boppers there in the middle of the lineup. Nick Kurtz has been a revelation, the rookie first baseman. Jacob Wilson is the son of a longtime Pirate shortstop, Jack Wilson. They got the likes of Shea Langoliers with 30 home runs and Tyler Soderstrom in there. What are you looking forward to the most, Hunter, as you welcome in the Athletics for this 3-game set?
Honestly, I am looking forward to watching Nick Kurtz and Jacob Wilson. They've both been electric this season, and in my eyes, good baseball is always fun to watch. And when somebody's playing good baseball, I enjoy watching them play. So seeing visiting teams come in, and you got guys that are young and are the future of the game coming in, I like to watch that. But what I really want to see is can Sonny Gray go out there and still prove that maybe the Cardinals don't necessarily need to go get an ace in the winter. Maybe they just need to get a 2 or a 3 behind him so that they have some depth to that rotation versus having to try and sell hell out for a starting pitcher that probably at that point is looking to go somewhere that they can compete and win, unless the Cardinals are willing to shell the cash. And in recent years, they haven't done that. So I'm excited. I really want to see, can Sonny Gray settle down, give us, I talked about it with Grant on Saturday. Give us a quality start. We talked about it with McGreevy. Give us a quality start. If you go out and give the Cardinals a quality start, they typically are able to rally around offensively and make it easier to win. Obviously, sometimes it's weird to say that the offense is good coming off of a game where they strike out 15 times, but the offense has been a little imbalanced in recent games. But I think it's a favorable matchup for them. Morales has a 1.19 ERA, but it's a small sample size. So I really want to see, is Sonny Gray going to go out there and settle in early, be efficient, and get to the 7th inning before they have to roll out anybody in their bullpen. And Steve Wright in the comments says that Sonny isn't an ace anymore. I don't necessarily disagree. I think he's hit that spot where he's better served as a 2. But I think that in the eyes of the Cardinals, they have to sit there and look and say, we can't go out. We're not going to be the top landing destination right now. And unless somebody in the minor leagues is going to come up and be your first day ace, they've got to have some trust in Sonny Gray before they send out and go and do anything else. And yes, they do need a lot this offseason. I am very heavily on the pitching train. I think that they have to get some veteran pieces in the bullpen. They've got to get 2 pieces in the rotation, because you're gonna, Michaelis his contract is up, and I think that you should probably consider replacing Palante. So I think that next year the only 3 people that I think that are probably in your rotation on opening day that are on this roster right now are Sonny Gray, Matthew Liberatore, and Michael McGreevy. I think that they need to add 2 more, whether it is, you know what, we're going to let Quinn Matthews start up with the team and let him work through his stuff, or whether it's go get 2 middle people.
I think Aaron Dodson makes a good.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Sonny or Aaron Dodson in the comments makes a pretty good point, is that a lot of these guys, but you mentioned Liberatore, McGreevy, and Gray, they all kind of profile at this stage in their careers as mid-rotation 3-4 type guys. Gray will be 36 next season. He'll also be in his contract year. I know Cardinals fans shudder at the thought of the word rebuild. I know our buddy Bernie Miklasz on his show, which you can watch every week if you subscribe here on STL Sports Central on YouTube, that this is year 1 of a rebuild. And there wasn't really any leaning one way or another. Cardinals signed Phil Maton, but they leave the roster pretty status quo. This offseason demands a direction in one way or another. Clear messaging to the fans. We are either retooling and looking ahead to making a big splash and competing for an extended stretch starting in 2028, 2029, or it's, we're going to try to fix this thing, ship of Theseus style, replace the parts we want to, and get rid of the players that we don't. That seems less likely, the latter option. I saw a comment here. Robbie Ray will be available over the offseason. He also leads the National League in walks. The Cardinals definitely when they are ready to compete again and when they get the green light to really make a bold move, either in trades or free agency, they they will need top of the rotation arm talent, and they will need to be the aggressors and the leaders in the market when that happens. For 2026, that option is not going to be internal, whether it's Sonny Gray, who has shown flashes and is very good. However, uh, career trajectory arc, I mean, he's going to be 36. You can't count on him to be the guy. Quinn Matthews as well will have to figure things out at the major league level, and that is going to present its own set of challenges, psychological and physical. So, from where I stand, and Hunter, let me know if you agree or disagree with this. This might not be the off season to go out and find the top of the rotation stable of horses that you want, if you're ambiguous about where this organization is heading.
Yeah, I completely agree. I would like to see them go and be aggressive. And like you said, and has been mentioned in the comments, Sonny Gray is 36, and he's not a Justin Verlander, a Max Scherzer, who for some reason at 37 is still, a Cy Young candidate. So it is really frustrating sitting here and saying the Cardinals aren't going to be a top spot to land, because for my entire lifetime it feels like they have been in a top spot to land people. But it's not going to be this season. They've got too many questions, and I think that throwing in on one specific need of and focusing your entire offseason around landing a starting pitcher, especially the way that off seasons go now, those big names, they wait and they wait and they wait. And if you get caught waiting around for them to sign, all of a sudden your number 3 option, your number 4 option, your number 2 option, they're all signed because everybody's still waiting on that one guy. And so it's going to be very interesting to see how they attack it. I think you're right, though. Chaim Bloom needs to set a direction. He needs to set a course this offseason. Absolutely has to be this offseason. He had last year to, reevaluate the minor leagues. And this year he's getting a little bit of evaluating what's on the roster. I think you're going to start to see some stuff happen in the winter, whether it is trades or just call ups and sending guys down and saying you're a career minor leaguer now.
Comments from Let's Turn to I actually watched this game yesterday. Verlander threw 121 pitches in 5 innings, which might tip you off as to why Bob Melvin, the manager, has not won a World Series title, and why that's flaming out real quickly for the Giants out there. 121 pitches. No lineups posted just yet. It's a 1:15 first pitch, Cardinals and Athletics. Looking forward to it. Brennan Schaefer and Sarah Daly scheduled for the post game, and tomorrow, very special edition of Card Central 365. With the Athletics coming into town means that Chris Carey, their play-by-play voice, will be in town as well. So there may, and don't tell anyone you heard this from me, may be 3 carries on one broadcast. I shudder, but actually looking forward to it. It'll be good. Final thoughts, Hunter, as we wrap up Card Central 365 here on this Labor Day. Hope you and yours are very happy and safe here on this holiday, enjoying the 3-day weekend. But final thoughts as we wrap things up and look ahead to a 1:15 first pitch against the A's.
Start early, start fast. That's the big key. That's always my key when it comes to any baseball game. Start early, start fast. If you can get into the bullpen, especially in today's day and age where bullpens are taxed more than ever, you are going to be just fine as an offense. So get the offense rolling in the first, second. Get on Morales, a young guy. Just get him started, and then let Gray settle in and be the guy that he's supposed to be this evening. So that's really the big keys to today's game. Is get going early and give him some breathing room to let him settle in rather than put all the pressure on your starter.
Let Sonny Gray cook, and hopefully the bats come alive coming off that 15 strikeout performance against the Reds yesterday. Gary Ware saying, happy Labor Day, guys. Gary, happy Labor Day to you as well. He is Hunter Mulholland. I'm Luke Slabaugh. This has been STL Sports Central. If you're new for the first time, go make some friends in the comments section. Be sure to like and subscribe. Daily Cardinals content. We've got blue stuff just around the corner. Our Mizzou stuff is popping off, but this is the place to be, both online and here on YouTube, STL Sports Central. I'm Luke Slabaugh. I want to say thank you so much. Take care and have yourselves a happy Labor Day.